I've had a lot of clients that bought farms and suddenly realized they needed to get animals to eat all the grass or to like mow the grass. I'm sure that's how they, I guess that shows why I shouldn't be doing farmhouse style. I'm sure that's what the animals do. They mow the grass. Yeah. Hi, welcome to the House of Valentina. I'm Valentina, and today we are talking about why you should be kissing farmhouse style goodbye. Now I know that sounds a little bit crazy because farmhouse is so big, and there's a lot of good reasons why it's amazing and works for some people, but we're going to be talking today about why it may not be working for you and how you might be able to fix that. That sounds like something that you would like more of. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and let's jump in. Farmhouse style is amazing. And I have to say that we were overseas when Fixer Upper was really getting big, and there's very few people left on this planet who do not know who Chip and Joanna Gaines are. And just like you guys, I think that they are amazing, they're wonderful, and they've brought this style to the forefront. Farmhouse was always in existence. It's something, well, not always, maybe, but it maybe, you know, because farms have animals, and historically people lived a lot on farms, had animals, cared for their land, and that farm life is something that I think just is very human, and it's why so many people can identify with this style. And when you have a sweet couple that is so loving with their family and they obviously love each other and they're amazing, why wouldn't we all want to get on the farmhouse bandwagon, right? I mean, I am not immune to it either, even from afar, even living in Europe where the style maybe felt a little bit irrelevant to people there. I was still very much interested in it, and when I got back, I found myself being drawn to this style. I mean, it's hard not to want to be a part of something when you love the people who represent that style, represent what it is. It's just makes you feel good, right? Well, we want to talk today about how to get that feel-goodness in a style that really represents you, the home that you're living in, and the life that you want. Reason number one that you should be kissing farmhouse style goodbye is that you are not living in a farmhouse, or you're not living in a house that goes well with farmhouse. So this is something that I see a lot of people struggling with. We're looking at shiplap, we're looking at a lot of the rusticness of farmhouse, and it does not translate to every single house. And I love to paint brick. I've painted it in the past in other videos and gotten a lot of hate mail for painting brick. So I love painting brick, but not every brick should be painted, and not every house looks good in the farmhouse style. Everybody's trying to transform their, no matter what style home they have, into a farmhouse. And a lot of times it'll be this really magnificent European style exterior, or it's a really classic American style brick. There's a lot of different styles that I see, and they don't necessarily jive all that well with farmhouse. You walk inside and it's like, did I just change houses? Because what I saw on the outside does not match the inside at all. Either that, or you're on the exterior of the house and there's this farmhouse thing kind of going, but something just doesn't feel right. And that sense, just, it's one of those things that will drive you nuts. And a lot of times, if you don't spend a lot of time in working on design work the way that we do, you might not understand why exactly that is bothering you. It's one of those things where you just drive up and you're like, I don't know what it is, but something just, I don't know. Like, I feel like I should love it, but I kind of like don't. And it's that feeling. It's because a lot of times people are trying to put a style onto something where it doesn't belong. And that could be any style. It doesn't have to only be farmhouse. Think about the exterior of your house. Think about the interior of your house. Think about the style that you have to work with. And maybe instead of trying to just simply stick a farmhouse stamp on it, you might take some of the elements that you love from the farmhouse style and incorporate them in and make them seamless. We'll get into more of that in just a minute. Reason number 2 that you should totally be ditching farmhouse style is that it just doesn't match your lifestyle. So I have the unique point of view in the fact that I work in real estate and design. That's something that our business is kind of interwoven. And so a lot of times we hear people saying that they catch the dream, and I get it. I'm so not immune to that. I so completely understand what that feels like when you catch the dream. And it's like, oh, to live on a farm and to have animals and a big piece of land and the whole relaxed lifestyle and all of that. You catch that. You catch a glimmer of that and you get enamored with the dream. And the reality is that I have a lot of clients who end up hating the drive out to the farmhouse. They end up hating the humongous piece of land because they now have to maintain an enormous piece of land. I've had a lot of clients that bought farms and suddenly realized they needed to get animals to eat all the grass or to like mow the grass. I'm sure that's how they, I guess that shows why I shouldn't be doing farmhouse style. I'm sure that's what the animals do. They mow the grass. Yeah. Okay, so suddenly you have a ton of grass to mow or to take care of, or you have a huge piece of land, and there's other factors. You have to love all of it. You have to love the smell of animals. You have to love the big rolling grass. You have to love the fence repairs and all the things that go with the farmhouse. Either that or you've got to have a lot of money for someone else to maintain all that stuff for you. It may not fit your lifestyle, and it also may not fit your lifestyle inside. That's another thing that for me is really big, is that, as you might guess, I'm showing up with, a bright lipstick and a blouse, and if you could see all the way down, I'm wearing a heel, even when I'm not going anywhere. It's just, this is who I am. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay that this is who I am. And my lifestyle may not connect directly with farmhouse. That doesn't mean that I can't be a cozy person. It doesn't mean that I don't like to kick off my high heels and cuddle with my kids. We're not having that conversation yet. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute, but I just want you to think through, what's the life that you're living? What's the lifestyle that you have? And does that style, whether it's farmhouse or any other style, do those things really go together? It's just something to be thinking on, just something to nibble on as we move into reason number 3. Reason number 3 is that it doesn't match your personal style. Take a minute and imagine the life that you're living inside your current home. I think a lot of times we think about the dream lifestyle, that we want to just escape from wherever we are. And I've realized, even in my own home, I had visions of what I would do with this house, and I realized when I went too far to the farmhouse style I saw myself gravitating towards it. It didn't feel in tune to my personal style for the home that I'm currently in. And I think that's probably the struggle that I see most people really just kind of rubbing up against, is that you need a style for the house that you're in and the life that you're living right now. And you may have visions of a farmhouse. I could so totally have a farmhouse. I could see that life, but that for me is a vacation life. That's a away life. It's somewhere that I would go to. And that's what we talk about a lot. Is we play with all different kinds of styles in our business. So yes, I love all different styles. I love creating a farmhouse style, House of Valentina, little stamp on it. I love that. I think it's amazing. But in this house, I have to choose a style for this home. And I can't get sidetracked by, if I was in my beach house, this is what I would do. If I was in my mountain house, this is what I would do. And then you end up with rooms that feel chaotic and maybe a little bit disconnected because you haven't really honed into the personal style for this home, this space. You just take it all the way down to that moment. And that's where you should be mood boarding, creating those ideas, and really bringing your ideas back down to, what do I want for this space and this time period in my life, and creating rooms from that, rather than, if I had a farmhouse, this is how I would do it. If I had a beach house, this is how I would do it, and just try to mush it all together because you only have one house and you're trying to put all of it in. Instead of doing that, try to think about what your ultimate house style would be for where you are right now, and hone into that and create that. So let's talk about how you can take what you love about the farmhouse style and bring the essence of that to your home, no matter what your style is. So that's what I do when I look at a style and I'm trying to figure out, what is it that I love so much? And I think the reason that so many people love the farmhouse style is that it's warm, it's inviting, it feels nostalgic, it feels like the days when everything in the world feels right. There's so many reasons why we gravitate towards that farmhouse style. Even if we don't have animals, even if we don't have a piece of land, even if we're living in the middle of a city, we yearn for apple pie and sweet tea because it just feels like those are the places and those are the things that we do when everything in the world feels right. And I had to really separate myself from believing that there was a style that had to be connected to that. Why can I not make apple pie in my penthouse suite on the 30th floor in New York City? There's absolutely no reason why I can't do that. And I can do it on a flat front, super chic kitchen. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to only have these comfort items reserved to a certain style. They don't go with just farmhouse, but you need to extract from the style the things that you find yourself most drawn to, and then bring them into your personal style. So you might love French country, you might like super contemporary, you might like modern, you might like mid-century modern. We could do this all day. There's so many different mixes, and I love that about you guys, that there's so many different mixes inside of you. And when you look at farmhouse, extract out of it, what is the thing that you really love, and can you bring that into your personal style? So if you love glamour and you love apple pie, then make a glamorous apple pie and eat it on a pretty plate. It is not reserved to the farmhouse. Hopefully that makes sense. But I just think that you guys are so amazing and so wonderfully unique, and I want you to extract those things. So if it's coziness, grab a blanket. You see my modern home, and I love to put coziness into it. And you can infuse all those elements into whatever style really makes you feel the most at home, and that's how you'll start to bring those elements together and feel at home in your spaces. My second tip for bringing farmhouse style and adapting it to whatever you have, it's what I alluded to in the beginning, is that take what you love the most about it. Again, now we're not talking about maybe your personal style, we're talking about the exterior of the home. We're talking about the interior, structural things that you're doing to your home that will change it. Maybe you loved that porch, the idea of sitting on a porch and sipping sweet tea or a mint julep, or all those things that are reasons why I love living in the South. It's things that, for me, just conjure up my childhood, even though I grew up in a Greek house and we didn't eat any of that stuff or drink it. I don't know, but for me, there's just this nostalgia that I feel about it. Well, I can have a front porch on my European stucco house. I could have a front porch on a modern home in Alice Beach or somewhere in California or New York, you know, maybe not downtown New York. The front porch thing might be a little difficult to replicate there, but I think you understand what I'm saying, is to look at the things that you love and bring them into the style of the home that you have. And you might have to give up certain things. Certain things may not translate. They just may not look good on your house. Shiplap may just not be your thing. But if you like wood, if you like the element of the structure of that, the repeating pattern, there's ways to bring that into even an ultra glamorous style home and really make all those elements come together. And that will make your home and your lifestyle and your personal style and all those things start to work together really well. And it will make you so happy in your home. And you'll just wake up and look around you and be like, I love where I live. This is amazing. That's what we want for you more than anything else, which is why we're doing this video. Tip number 3 is to transfer the emotions of the farmhouse style into whatever style is your true ultimate personal style. I've kind of been alluding to that a little bit. We're talking about the cozy factor, we're talking about the warmth, we're talking about the family lifestyle. I think it's so funny because when you start to watch Farmhouse enough, maybe it's just me, but I sense that family, that being on a farmhouse is the ultimate place for family. But if you look at all places around the world, I don't think that it's just one style. I think that you can bring that feeling of family into every single style that you have, because your family loves when you are yourself. That when you are the most alive and who you are meant to be, that's when your family is gonna love you the most. So yeah, it might be a different kind of style. It might not be farmhouse, but you can make it all about your family. You can make it about coziness and warmth and love and kindness and all those things that I think are the reasons that so many people have gravitated towards the farmhouse style. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree, or do you think I'm crazy for saying kiss it goodbye and go find who you are? Should we all just be living in farmhouses? I don't know, you guys tell me. But I think there's a lot of people who crave something else or craving something and they don't know how to put it together. And I think these elements should help you just take a step in the right direction to really discovering who you are and living in that ultimate home that will really make you feel at home. That's what we really want for you more than anything else, is that feeling of being at peace and at home in yourself and in your space. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. I know it was a little bit risky to, kiss away one of the biggest styles that's popular in America right now, but there you have it. I've kissed it goodbye. Don't worry, there's farmhouses coming to this channel, so we're not getting rid of it. It'll be here more. If you want to see how we do farmhouse, make sure that you hit the subscribe button, because we've got some really amazing projects coming up. Our scheduling kind of got thrown off with COVID. I'm not gonna lie, it's been a little bit crazy trying to get everything picked back up and moving, but we've got some amazing content coming up for you, and I can't wait to share that with you. So please write down also in the comment section, tell us about your style and your style discovery. Tell us what style you feel yourself gravitating towards. Tell us what you love about farmhouse and what you want to pull out of it. Or tell me, Valentina, I am sticking with farmhouse. This is what I love. It's my ultimate style. If it is, oh my gosh, please don't kiss it goodbye. Give it a big kiss on the lips and keep it for yourself, because that is the ultimate way to find your way home, is when you love that style and it's interconnected to who you are. That's what we all crave. So thank you so much for stopping by. You guys always know that I just feel like you guys have come for a visit, and I love it so much. And I love that we have a place where we can get together and chat about all these things and be a part of each other's homes. I say it so often, but I mean it with all my heart. I really do love it. So thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you in the next one. Bye. I love you. Thanks for helping me. You're not usually on that side of the camera. You need to stick your head in so people will know Jack is here. you saw baby with the new camera. So hopefully things are in focus and the sound is right, because there's definitely gonna be a learning curve on this puppy.